Hey everybody, it's Joe from greenlightsound.com, and today we're going to take a look at one of the best plugin deals for August 2021, and that is the IK Multimedia Group Buy promotion. I have no affiliation with IK Multimedia at all. They don't sponsor me. There's no affiliation other than me being a user of their products. That's it. So this is all my opinions. The Group Buy basically works where the amount of users who purchase a plugin unlocks more and more free plugins, and right now it's buy one, get 7 free. And I'm going to focus on the mixing side of things. That includes all kinds of things like virtual instruments, guitar amps, effects. But again, I'm going to be on the T-Rax mixing side of things here. And I'm really going to focus on the $100 and under plugins where you can get the best bang for your buck. So for example, you could buy Mixbox, which has over 70 500 series module effects in it. That's $300. You could get the Lursen mastering console for $160, or the Sunset Sound Reverb, which is great for $150, but I really want to go on the $100 and less category. So we're going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to go through what's included, and then talk about my recommendations and kind of play some of them so you can hear them in action. So in the $100 category, we'll jump to page 2. You've got Space Delay and the tape machines that are $100 each. But the plugins I would really gravitate toward here are going to be the API emulations, the EQ-PG, PB, and PA. They're all API EQ emulations. The Neve EQs right here, EQ81 and 73, based upon the 1081 and 1073. The Precision Comp Limiter, based upon the Neve 33609, is fantastic. The British channel is an SSL-E style channel strip, and the bus compressor is an SSL-G series bus compressor. So all of those are fantastic, and I use them all the time. I would highly, highly recommend them. One other thing I want to point out here is if you want to choose your free plugins, they have to be equal to or less than the price of the plugin you buy. So a little bit farther along, we'll look at like the $80 and $50 plugins. You can't buy one of them and then pick one of these as your free one. You have to buy the $99 plugin and pick the rest of them being either $99 or less. In the $80 category, Saturator X, fantastic saturator. We're going to hear that one in action in a minute. The IK LA2A is great. This is the IK Pultec, Fairchild, Tape Echo based upon a classic Echoplex, and the 1176 model. They're my recommendations in this category. They are absolutely fantastic. In the $50 category, the Opto compressor is a really good transparent compressor. And the reverbs, you got CSR Room Reverb, and if I jump to the next page, you'll also see a plate, and there it is, and an inverse and hall reverbs, all based upon classic digital reverb. So they're great plugins to have there. So let's jump over to a session and hear some of these in action that are all included in the Group Buy. The first one is probably my go-to for one of the best IK emulations, and that is their T-Rax Black 76 1176 emulation. So I put this on a parallel drum channel here. I'm going to just pull this channel up as it plays, and you can hear how it adds energy, punch, fullness, and excitement to the drum mix. Bring it back down. And back up. Just great for smashing things and doing all the great stuff 1176s normally do. Another really good parallel drum compressor is the 33609, what they call the T-Rax Precision Comp Limiter. And these are some settings that Chris Lord-Alge uses. I'll use them here as well. Just kind of pull this channel up again. So a different flavor of parallel drum compression. A little bit less gnarly than the 1176, but still really good for that purpose. Next, we're going to look at the EQ-P1A, which is a Pultec emulation on a bass part. And we're going to do this old Pultec trick of setting a frequency around 100 hertz for bass, it's usually 60 for kick drum, and boosting and cutting at that frequency at the same time, which creates this kind of unique curve that adds some nice low end that's tamed to the bass part. So I'll start with that at first. Here's the bass. And then I'll engage the plugin. Just adds that nice low end to it. I'll bypass it as it plays so you can hear it on and off. Just thicker and fuller, great Pultec sound. Now, if I jump over to Saturator X, which is a great saturation unit, I've got this one going on tape right now. I'll engage the plugin. You get some tape distortion, tape saturation out of it on the bass part. And it has all different kinds of saturation modes here. I can go to Class A saturation, push-pull. Iron's a lot more tame. These mastering modes. Just add some really nice saturation to help that bass cut through the mix. Now here is an acoustic guitar part. We're going to look at the T-Rex EQ73, a Neve 1073 emulation. Here's the part without any EQ at all, just the raw acoustic guitar. So all I did here was push the input a little bit. It actually has some really nice transformer input saturation, which is nice. I rolled off a little low end, opened up the top end with this 12K shelf, a little bit of a push at 7.2K, not much, and then nothing else going on the low end on the low shelf. So here it is without again, and I'll engage it as it plays. And that would really help it cut through a mix nicely. That went into the Opto Comp, which is just going to control it a little bit. You're barely getting any compression here. Couple of dB. Very transparent compression. This is great on acoustic stuff, great on pianos. And then here's one of the reverbs, the Classic Studio Reverb Room model. Push the mix up. That's 100% wet, so you can hear what it's doing. Without it, and back in. Really subtle, and of course you could put that on a send instead of having it as an insert and have it be more obvious. Now we're going to jump to a piano part and take a look at the British channel. This is the SSL E-Series channel strip. It's a really good SSL E-Series emulation. So here I'm pulling out a little bit of a low end at 150, pulling a lot of low mids, pushing the high mids, pushing the top end, doing a little bit of filtering and compression, and we go from this bypassed to this. So there we have it, some of my favorites in the T-Rex series of mixing processors that are included in this great group buy right now, which you can get plugins for as little as $12.50 and probably less as the days go by and more people enter this group buy. You can get them for even less. And again, I focused on the T-Rex processors, but you can go and do amplitude stuff. You can go and do sample tank things, bunch of sounds and virtual instruments, just anything IK has to offer in there. One of the best deals in mixing right now. So I highly recommend you go for this if you need some of these tools to fill in your arsenal. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so we can keep in the loop as to what's coming up next, and I'll see you in the next one.